All right, so I can see that we're live here. Hi guys. All right, so I know that we just had. I didn't claim any of these. I need to claim some of these guys real quick. Let's see. So I know. I think I claimed this one. So I claimed the Valkyrie's favor, but I did not claim the Boxy rewards. So I got to click on that real quick. But how are you guys doing? Hey Gary, nice to have you with me. I know there's a couple people gonna be trickling in a little bit later. Um, Nice to have you with me, Gary. Yeah. So I know there's a lot of things going on in the Hero Wars universe right now. It's pretty crazy. I am thinking. So we got a lot of mobile updates, which are trying to catch up, in my opinion, with what we have on Facebook. Let me see if I can make maybe that's a little bit better. Okay. So here we just claimed the Boxy rewards, right? Okay, so we got the Boxy gift. Come back to that in a second here. For some reason, Facebook is not cooperating, of course. Classic. Okay, so I need to get my free spheres as well. One of the things that I always find to be very important, Titans. I mean, it's like, I'd say it's 2/3 the battle. Early on is Titans, and then once everyone's Titans are close to max, then it becomes a hero war. which is funny because it's Hero Wars, right? But all right. So once this game gets loading here, and it's a little bit slow. I'm not sure why that is. So maybe it's I have Microsoft Word open. Okay. So let's try that one more time because it did not go through for some reason. So we want the free spheres. And hi, Kilo. Hi, is it Kilwa? How do I pronounce that? And I'm glad it looks better. I'm glad it looks better. Nice to have you with me, man. Um, I'm assuming male, but I could be wrong. But either way, nice to have you with us. And here I'm really stoked. I love opening these boxy gifts. So let's go ahead and of course, how could I forget? We have the 3 new skins. I think they look really cool. I don't know what you guys think. Um, I really like Satori and Kark in particular. I think Phobos is cool too, but I think Satori looks, in my opinion, the best out of the 3 skins. I mean, they're all cool, no doubt about it. But Satori with his fan and like the fox, I don't know, something about this color. He kind of looks like a shiny Pokemon in a sense, but I really like it. It's cool. Kark, I know I said, looks like Captain Barbossa before, but what I meant to say is, because Barbossa is the one who's an undead. Um, I meant to say, oh wow, now I'm blanking. Davy Jones, right? Davy Jones is what I meant to say, right? The guy who plays the organ and stuff. He has the key hidden from Pirates of the Caribbean. And then you have Phobos, right? Who, man, his rework is gonna really gonna be a problem for me in particular and other physical damage attackers. So it will be interesting. So yeah, I'm gonna probably look at Phobos a little bit more. I haven't messed with him too much in testing, um, but it should be fun to see what he has. I did see the live stream that Hero Wars did, but sometimes I don't know. I think they do a little bit of skewed testing, in my opinion. Hi, Paulo, from Lima, Peru. Oh my goodness, always jealous of you guys from these really interesting places. But I love it. I love how diverse the Hero Wars community is. We got the 500 energy here. We got the boxy gifts. We got the 5 Titan artifact spheres. So we are loving life, guys. Okay, and with the 600 energy, I am going to work on Lars a little bit because the twins are my next project, and it's going to be a real project, if you know what I mean, because it's 2 characters as opposed to just 1. Like I was working on Kark, right? And we'll look at Kark in a second here, but okay. So we got that item, and right when I thought I was done with my Kark, guys, they put out a new skin. Of course they do, right? I mean, okay. So I just finished making the Drommer's Fancy this week, and I didn't equip it yet. I didn't, finish my Kark because I wanted to do it here. Hi, Orf from Costa Rica. Awesome. Nice to have you with us. So yeah, I'm looking at Kark, right? And I'm like, oh, I'm finally done, right? Because you have skins are done, your skill points are done. Then they come out with this new skin, so now I'm officially not done with my skins. But we're going to equip the Drommer's Fancy, which just increases armor penetration and physical attack. And we're going to, I don't think there's anything I can do to promote. But we are officially done with Kark's items. This is the first hero for me on this account that is red +2, so I'm pretty stoked. It took a long time to get here, but we're finally there. I think part of it was I diversified a lot of my items and spread it out amongst other heroes. But Kark is officially done with the exception now of the new skin, and I need a couple more of these skin stones to fully unlock Kark's last skin. So this event actually helps out a little bit with that because, as you guys know, with the special events, right, in Dark Depths, they have skinstone chests, even though they're only they're the small skinstone chests, right, where they only have 10 of the strength, agility, or intelligence skinstones. So I'm kind of bummed, but at the same time, I'm looking forward to the challenge of getting it, and I think it's doable because one thing that I got from Titan Valley this week, right, because I have 7 of these elemental tournament certificates. So I think I'm going to try to trade in 5 and see how close that gets me to getting that Kark skin because I want I want that Davy Jones skin. It looks cool, and I like getting my Kark stronger because I kind of want him complete, if I'm being honest. So let's go ahead and go all of these 2 agility skin stones. That's what we need for Kark. And hi, Leo Draco. Nice to have you with us here. And if any of you guys have questions, feel free to just, put them in the chat. I will do my best to get to any questions you guys have, of course, right? I'm all about that, and I love having the community, the Hero Wars community here. Okay, let's see. So where were we at? We were at Kark, and we were looking at skins, and we're 1,000 short. So I need to definitely continue to get some more skin stones. So first I'm going to actually just use these last 2 on Kark. I usually don't use these on the large skin stone chests, but when there's an exception and you really, really want a skin, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. So that's where I'm at with this particular process. And of course, the twins are going to kill me with how many skins those guys have. I think they have 4 each. Hey, FIFO. All right. FIFO cracking me up with the 3 skins don't look good. All right, okay. That's fair enough, fair enough. And we have Justin from server 51. All right, awesome, awesome. And what's up, man? Good to see you. Good to see you. All right, so let's take a look here. Okay. I'm pretty sure I don't have enough coins just yet to... Yeah, okay, so I'm like 500 skin stones plus away. So, that's not too bad. That's doable. Let's take a look here. Outland, okay, so I would need quite, I need this to reload basically in 40 minutes. We'll get to that later, I guess. Hi, Abdul. We got 18 Dorian Soulstones. All right, okay. Kind of needed that before. I think I'm done with Dorian now, but I'll take any Soulstones that they're willing to throw my way now. Let's take a look. So server 61 is doing good. Glad to hear that. I know server 61 opened up a couple of days ago, I think, or maybe even a week ago, but pretty recent. So, I'm sure people on there are crushing it. I keep opening the chat for some reason because the notifications bug me a little bit, but I'll look at that a little later. We have to claim these rewards, right? Got to get those Outland chests, especially if, you get your free ones for the day. Okay. And okay, so I also have the mobile calendar. I feel like a lot of people who are on mobile are aware of. I will definitely make a video on that in the future. I know people still want me to make videos on it, even though the info is out there, which is fair enough. You got the same hero, but not on Facebook. Completely fair. Dorian's actually a really good hero. I really like him. I have him on my main team in mobile for sure. On mobile, they also have the solar event coming up. We already had that on Facebook, but with the Dante rework, right? And then you had the Dante solar skin, you had the faceless solar skin, and the Martha solar skin, which I actually have my Martha right here with her solar skin and her regeneration aging, reverse aging skin, as I like to call it. So that is cool for people on mobile. I know they've been waiting for a Dante rework. Dante is a lot better when he's reworked. He's not very good, if I'm being honest, the way that they had him, just because so many other heroes outclassed him, which it is what it is. I mean, it makes sense. They're trying to level the playing field. But here I'm going to open these 5 boxy gifts. Been waiting to do that. And we got a bunch of runes, which I desperately need. Not the right type of skin stone, but that's okay. Sometimes it happens. We're going to open some Honorable Guardian caskets in the hopes that we maybe get some, but I saw a couple look like maybe 10. So up here, I think we got like 10 of the blue agility skin stones, but again, we're only at 4,500. So we're slowly working our way there. And this is like 160-ish. So that'll help. And okay, so we have the pirate chest. The only hero that I don't have absolute right now out of these 3 is Phobos. So we're going to go ahead and claim those. I know I probably could have held on to them for a later event. But I'm confident that I can get the number of soulstones needed for future events. Also, they did mention that there will be a Water Titan event coming soon, right? So Hero Wars said explicitly, point blank, they were like, the Water Titan event is coming very soon. So my guess, based off of that particular information, is that we should expect it like in the next couple of weeks or so. In the next 3 weeks, I'd say almost guaranteed we're going to have that Water Titan event. I'm actually surprised that they threw in this Phobos rework, just like so close to that Axel debut, right, for the new pet. So that was interesting. I'm glad that they did, but I'm a little bit surprised because, with Halloween, I want to say not even, about a month away. It's pretty interesting to me that they decided to do that. So, okay. What are we getting from the pirate chest? I actually think Kark is really good from the pirate chest. I also think Satori is really good. So they're both really good. They're both good options. Phobos is actually pretty good now too. So I don't think you can go wrong picking any of them. Okay. All right. So yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on and Phobos, right? Oh my goodness, Phobos is kind of dangerous in my opinion to me, especially because I rely pretty heavily on Kark to mow down opposing teams. So let me take a look real quick. Let's find Phobos. I know Phobos is a little low on my list because he wasn't that great prior to the update. So paralysis, right? Inflicting the curse, but again, the physical attack is the key here. So like basically just freezing up the physical attackers, which is kind of what Leanne does as well. So this kind of really, in my opinion, puts a damper on using physical attackers. This also affects Yasmin, for example, which is pretty significant because I know a lot of people on the newer servers especially like Yasmin. And so, this could be a key factor in stopping those teams. If you didn't have Helios, right, which a lot of people don't, or you don't have the twins, Phobos could be um, an interesting option. All right, so again, they basically really focus on the first skill of Phobos, and from there, they essentially just kind of, the fourth skill really focuses on powering up that first skill. And I think, obviously, the second skill focuses on decreasing physical attack, and you have Dark Deal, strikes the enemy with magic damage. And the tough thing here is with Phobos, I mean, I just really find him annoying because Kark is my main damage dealer. Kark is a physical attacker, and now I just have to deal with another counter, which it is what it is. It is what it is. Okay. Okay. All right. Oh, yeah, he's also undead. I actually meant to look for that tag. Let me find it. Because I actually haven't found it personally yet because I wasn't really looking for it. But I'm assuming in stats, here we go. Special. So undead now, right? So Phobos is an undead character. And you have that also with Morgan and Corvus, right? So here's Morgan. And where's Corvus at? Corvus. Okay, so here's Corvus. Was hiding from me, but undead, right? So these three heroes are officially undead. Um, and I don't know. I think they're bound to come out with some new undead heroes real soon. I'm hoping that they're new. If not, then I guess we'll see what they do. If they just put out Faceless and Kira eventually, I'm gonna be like, what was the point in delaying the undead characteristic of that? But it is what it is. Hey, sometimes Hero Wars just doesn't want to implement new things, or they're a little bit slow on the draw. So, as I said, the Water Titan event's coming up. I'm actually looking forward to that because I need to finish my Water Titans. Um, and on my newer account, they need work. So that's something I'll get my act together on shortly, hopefully. And I know another thing that they pointed out on the live stream was that there's going to be this cosplay event. So like if you dress up for Halloween, typically there's decent rewards. Yeah, I did see that they said that Kira won't be, but we'll see. I mean, they've said stuff like that before. Then sometimes they change their mind because the developers sometimes think it's a little bit difficult. But I do think that it would be unfair to make Kira an undead because she's already a really, really tough hero. Um, but okay, so we pulled our 5 here. And we got Circle of Summoning. I did open a bunch of these the other day, but I'll open 20 more right now. Just to strengthen up my hero or my Titans a bit. Because it's been a minute. But yeah, I think if Kira became undead, it would be unfair. But Leanne though would strongly counter Kira, and with Phobos as well now, I actually think Phobos is a major threat. Now I'll show you guys why in a second here. One thing that came to mind was running Phobos with Rufus, right? Because Rufus can only get knocked out by a physical attack team. So if you have Phobos, who's basically stopping the highest physical attacker, and let's say you have a Kark team, often people don't have 2 physical attack damage dealers, and Kark is the only DPS. So that really messes up that strategy there. So I know a good counter with, you know, with Kark is sometimes using Daredevil. Daredevil, the reworked Daredevil is very, very good. So I've seen that combo play out, and it's not a bad one. But here, so I will actually throw up a team that well, the combination that I'm afraid of a little bit in terms of how it'll work out is Rufus with Phobos. And again, I said Rufus can only get knocked out by physical attackers, and it's true. It's only for 6 seconds, but that's kind of a long time depending on how the match goes. So let's say you have Rufus. Where did Phobos go? Phobos. There he is. He's undead, so sometimes hard to find. But you know, it is what it is. So okay, there's Phobos. Let's see. So Ching Mao, I actually am more and more a fan of after doing some research on how to incorporate her. Let's go ahead and I like Anvari as well. And I guess I could put Martha in, but I don't know. I'm kind of just messing around at this point with this team, but I think Phobos with Rufus could be an annoyance. So I am Phobos with Mara, Patronage, increased stun. I could see that for sure. But this is like a concern to me because like if I were to use, let's say, Kark with like Astaroth and Martha, Nebula, and Faceless, like I think Kark would struggle against this team, but I could be wrong. Let's see what happens. I actually have not had a chance to do these testings pre-recording, so we'll see what happens. But I'm concerned about how Phobos will affect the outcome of this match. And obviously, Anvari is a straight-up counter to Kark. But the other problem is Faceless pretty much straight off relies off the fact that it's going to see. So once Kark goes down, now you have a weakened team, and this is a problem. Because this team would not have beaten this Kark team before without Phobos' new abilities. Okay, so that leads me to wonder if, let's say we take out Faceless, right, and we put in Daredevil, how does that change the outcome, if at all, right? Because, I mean, obviously Daredevil is a very good hero, but also, again, a physical attacker, and will two physical attackers be enough to offset Phobos' skill? I'm hoping so, because otherwise Phobos will be an issue for me in the future when people start focusing more on Phobos. There we got lucky that Kark took out Rufus early. But yeah, so okay, Daredevil taking out Phobos was huge because now Kark can do his thing. Okay. So that can basically solve your issue. If you have multiple physical attackers, you can overcome a singular Phobos. But let's take a look. Oh gosh, okay. Let's take a look at what happens when we do something like this. When we put Leanne in there as well, right? So Leanne, where is Rufus? Where'd you go, buddy? Rufus, Phobos. Phobos. Where's Martha? Martha and let's say Satori. I think this could be a team that is frustrating as well. I mean, it has good heroes in it, no doubt. But let's take a look at what happens. So I'm going to try using the same team. If Daredevil and, I mean, obviously Jorgen could counter with this team, right? Because Jorgen would help take out Martha right away and go from the back line. But I want to say without using Jorgen and Sebastian, right, and having them in the equation, how does a Leanne Phobos team work, right? Will the Daredevil combo not be as effective with Kark? And essentially nullified. That's kind of my biggest concern and question. If it plays out that they work, then I guess I'm not as concerned with Phobos because, you know, Daredevil would essentially solve any mitigating factors that I had. And, okay. Huh. So Leanne didn't seem to help out much there in terms of freezing up Kark or Daredevil. So no concerns from my end. But Phobos is good. And I guess all I can say is if you use a Kark team, yeah, so if you use a Kark team, all I can say is make sure you have another physical attacker, in my opinion. Daredevil is the one to go to. Um, Obviously, Jorgen would be very effective as well. I actually like Jorgen in this particular setup in place of Nebula. But, I think ultimately Kark and Daredevil are very good physical attackers and they pair well. Daredevil has critical hit, which is really nice and basically allows for Kark to hit even harder. Okay, so that's what we're looking at with Phobos. I'm glad that he's not as OP as I was thinking he might be. I will take a look at Axel a little bit later today because I know people were saying he was only level 1 and he's gray. You got to work on him. So I got around to it, got peer pressured into it a little bit. Um, and Leanne, okay, FIFO, Leanne is actually not a terrible hero. Leanne's really good for countering Kira, like straight up will just freeze Kira up and allow you to beat a quote quote blender team, right? Which that's what a Kira team is. It's focused on her blades, and yeah, she basically dices up her opponents. Okay, so Drummer's Fancy. I hope I don't have to do any more of those anytime soon. Although I may have to if I decide to focus on Daredevil shortly. Okay, so we claim that I have not really done much of my stuff that I need to do. So Emerald Exchange. I did not use any emeralds at all today, so need to get on that. Yeah, and it's fair. Leanne's not a top priority hero in my opinion. Good hero for sure, but it's hard because there's so many other heroes that are very, in my opinion, OP. I think the twins are one of those, or two of those characters, right, that are pretty much OP. I guess I should have saved some of that energy for running a quest, but I still have 60 that I can gain later. So I will do that for heroic quests because I need to do 3 today, or heroic missions. Why do I buy Titan level up potions when you can get them for doing levels in dungeon? I don't think you can do anything with the potions once all your Titans are leveled up. That's entirely true, Gary. That's a great point. But for me, I like having my okay. So here's the issue that I run into, Gary. Completely get your point. Why do I get the Titan potions when I could get gold? Or I think sparks are probably the next thing that I'll focus on. Gold is one of the things I don't always need a lot of. And the reason I do that, especially with some of my Titans, right, is I really need my tanks to be as close to level 120 as possible. Some of the Titans that I run into on the opposing side just end up being annoyingly strong, and the fact that I don't have a super strong water totem at this point kind of takes away from my ability to go further in the dungeon for longer on a day-to-day basis. So for me, by having my tanks especially strong, it allows for my, these are some of my backline Titans, and it allows for them to basically last longer and allows for me to get more Titanite for not only, getting more of those Titan potions, but also in terms of getting those summoning spheres for the guild, right, and contributing Titanite. So if your Titans don't, yeah, right. If your Titans don't continue to increase, sometimes you can struggle in dungeon. At least where I'm at, I get knocked around a little bit. I can't do as much as I used to be able to do. I used to be able to do almost 1,000, well, anywhere from 100 to 200 floors in a day, and now I'm nowhere near that. I can only do probably like anywhere from 50 to 80 depending on the day. I think the problem for me is, I'm running into tougher Titans now. So if I um, if I don't level up my tanks, especially, I just seem to get worn down a lot faster in the dungeon. And yeah, so I mean, gold is good, but for me, I mean, I get a lot of gold just from doing, oop, just from doing the tower daily. That I don't really, I'm never really concerned about gold. Sparks, I am concerned about sparks, but sparks, in my opinion, are kind of expensive. If I'm being honest, I mean, I know eventually I'm going to need to start purchasing them because my Titans won't be able to get me any more sparks. But I'd rather just kill two birds with one stone because by powering up my Titans with the Titan potions, I also get sparks back, right? So let me see if I can show you what I'm talking about. So if you can see here, every time I look at, actually, I will level up. Is it Ignis that can? Okay, so I'm going to level up Ignis one. But here you can see I actually get 582 sparks of power simply for powering up my Titan. So not only am I powering up my Titan, but I'm also getting sparks. So it's basically killing two birds with one stone, if that makes sense. In addition to where, 500 sparks, that is, okay, at the merchant, oh, traded that in. So 500 sparks is essentially 2,500 of these Titan soul coins. So by trading in and getting Titan potions, I'm kind of killing two birds with one stone. So that's the approach that I'm taking with it. I mean, obviously, you're free to do whatever you want, but that's in my opinion a little bit, you know, I can get sparks and I can get my Titans stronger all in one go. So that's kind of what I do there. I understand, obviously, once you max out your Titans, what are you going to do with Titan potions? Right now, I have no idea, but I'm not quite at that point, so I'm not as concerned with having excess Titan potions. I always think it's better to have too much than not enough. Um, at least that's just my rationale and thinking behind it. Here I am trying to work on Ragni's Beast and finish up um, my first artifact for Haraji. And I need 1,060 more, so that'll probably be like 2 weeks maybe-ish. Hopefully a little less. And then here I need to power these guys up a little bit, but I don't want to take away from the progress, so I'm just going to go ahead and use some gold. And even when see, here's another thing, Gary. So when I level up my attack seal, you can see I also get 226 sparks also, right? So by claiming, by basically leveling up one time, I'm also getting 226 sparks. So by increasing or upgrading your Titans, right, you get sparks by, just simply upgrading your Titans. So I'm not super worried about getting sparks. I mean, yeah, I don't have enough to finish Celeste right away, right? I don't even have enough to get her to level 28. But I know I can eventually do it, so I'm not super concerned. And I really like the reset trick, where you essentially, you have a level 1, you reset, and then you upgrade again. Basically, you lose nothing in terms of sparks of power. And you lose 7,000 gold, but in the grand scheme of things, you get 300 Titan potions. It works itself out. It's about even. Hi, fam. How are you? Nice to have you with us. And yeah, so I am working right along through these. So Tough Cookie, we got 350 more of these skin stones for getting closer to finishing my Kark. So 350, right? Because 35 times 10, 350. So let's see what we have now. So coins. We have enough to get the brand new Davy Jones Kark skin. Super stoked. All right. Whew. So let's go to Kark, and I'm going to unlock it because we did it the old-fashioned way. So unlocking the skin, and I am going to go ahead and simply do this. And we got more magic defense. What's great about magic defense? Well, let me tell you. When you run up against the twins who are magic attackers, and Kark has, I don't want to say no magic defense, but not as much magic defense as I'd like to be able to hold up against the twins. This helps. I don't know about a lot, but it helps. Because let me tell you, whenever I'm running up against a twins team that's strong, I'm like, Dang it, man. My Kark is not going to be able to sustain the damage. Um, um, so, yeah, you want the reset in skin stones and glyphs. I think it would be great for skin stones. For glyphs, I understand that as well. But, I mean, at the end of the day, even though you're not being able to focus all your resources, um, I don't know. I think it would be cool if, eventually you're going to want them all maxed out. So there's that. And no copyright issues there. Um, hey, that's for Hero Wars to figure out. And they even got the octopus up tier, which is hilarious in my opinion. I mean, look at this. You got the octopus up here. I mean, come on. How is that not? I mean, I don't know. It's pretty close. It's pretty close. Um, it's pretty interesting, and I like how it looks kind of like scorpionish down here. But anyway, they got it going on. So okay. So magic defense will help me out. I thought I was done with Kark, but obviously I am not. Right. Hero Wars said, hold up, where do you think you're going? You're going to work on this Kark. So I will be working on Kark, but I will also be pursuing Lars in figuring out how to essentially get him to red +2. So then I can focus on Krista, who's stuck in purple still. Purple's not bad, but, obviously red is better. So I will be working on that on this particular account. On my other account, I've focused a lot on the twins, and they're both on orange, essentially where this Lars is at. So, making good headway. And I'm finding that starting out with the twins is just devastating. I love the twins. I mean, little unfair, but it is what it is, Okay, so Dark Depths. Let's see, what else do we have to do? Buying emeralds. I don't think that's in my budget. Spending emeralds. I guess we could. A little bit later. Spending energy. Could try to get the Satori skin or Phobos skin. Or I could focus on the twins. Or even just upgrading my Kark skin that I just got. We will debate that out. Opening chest in Outland. I actually think... Let's see. So tomorrow I will have up to 12 because I get 3 more. So 12 out of 10. So to get to 20, I would need 8. I would need to do 8 total openings, which would cost about, I'm trying to think, 180 for 3 openings. 180 times 3, so a little less than 600 emeralds. It's a lot of emeralds. I'm not sure I'm going to do that. And then these are just for completing other quests, of course. Let's see what other daily quests I have going on. You finished all the quests. Congratulations, Abdul. That's awesome. Tell me about the team tell me the team that you used to take out Seymour and if it had Jew in it, because I've seen very, very few teams beat Seymour without having Jew in their lineup. I mean, I've seen it happen, but it was a very high-paying player. So tell me what team you used. What are my Outland bosses at? All right, so we're gonna go ahead and hop over. I'll show you. It's not super impressive. I'm still work in progress, but I'm at level 140 here. And a big part of that is I was focusing on Kark so much, and Kark's not great for Outland. So I actually have not messed with this one in particular, but this is Alyssa the Weaver, right? Daredevil's really good now. Kira is too, but Kira got taken out in one hit. But yeah, so Alyssa's pretty tough right now for me. I'll have to upgrade all those heroes. But I'm at level 140 with... where did the name go? Go back. So with... Is it Vajar? The Incinerator, right? So I'm at level 135. The best heroes to use... I mean, okay, going back to Alyssa, right? Obviously, the best heroes to use are going to be... Daredevil, Kira, Jew, I think even Martha, and I think if you have Sebastian, that's great. Fox is actually really good too. Um, Ginger's good. I mean, most of these heroes are actually pretty good. I think Fox is good. Ginger's good. I've seen Dante be effective. Jet is good. Cornelius, Jew, Daredevil, Kira, Martha, Sebastian. Honestly, the biggest thing is investing in those heroes. I think Darkstar's the only one, in my opinion, who's not super, super great. Not terrible. I mean, obviously, when you turn the little minions against the mom Alyssa, right? That's interesting to see. But overall, you can't really go wrong with any of these heroes. You just have to invest. Um, and yeah, so Alyssa's pretty easy. The incinerator, right? So this one, again, I just don't have the right heroes invested in these because a lot of them don't go well for player versus player. So the heroes that I've seen, well, on mobile, I mean, I had no problem. So Rufus, I used, I mean, Ching Mao, Astrid and Lucas is really good actually um, against this boss. Nebula's good. I don't use Nebula personally though. I used Ishmael, Rufus. I know Yasmin's good. Ching Mao is good. Astrid and Lucas. Astrid and Lucas is who I use on mobile, and I can solo this boss just with Astrid and Lucas alone. But Astrid and Lucas isn't great if we're talking, in a PvP situation. So it's tough, because a lot of the heroes do not go hand in hand. Like some of the heroes that are good for Outland are not at all good for campaign, or not even, not good for, the guild wars, etc. So it's hard. You got to have a diverse palette or option of heroes to really crush these. So with Brog, I am at level 115. I'm slacking hard. Satori is the ultimate weapon against Brog. There's really no doubt here. Um, Satori is all I have to say. Let's see. Orion's good. Dorian. I haven't seen Peppy used, but I'm sure Peppy is good. Marcus is good. But the team that I use Astaroth, Helios, Satori, Orion, and Dorian. I think that's the team that I usually use, and I've been able to take Brog out pretty easily. Haven't really tried too much lately because I'm so focused right now on Kark, and I wanted to finish Kark, and then now I'm on the Twins, so I just haven't focused on Outland. Um, but yeah, that's kind of what we're talking about. Did I defeat Seymour yet? I did not defeat Seymour yet, and the problem I'm finding is that I just don't deal enough damage with my Kark. Kark is really good against, and Kark is my main damage dealer, right? So for me, I need Jew, if I'm being honest, to take out this particular Seymour. Here, I'll show you what happens. So I'll go ahead and pay the 100 emeralds to show you guys. I get wrecked, if I'm being 100% honest. So I'll use. I mean, Albus is probably better, but my heroes don't survive very often, so I'm going to throw in Oliver. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to lose either way. But here you can see the really tough thing with Seymour is Seymour's hits are lethal. Okay, why is it not loading for me? I don't understand why this happens because I want to watch the matchup. I mean, obviously, I understand Seymour's effects take a while. Yeah, see, there's a thing though, 3v1. Jew is critical to this matchup, and I don't have a strong Jew on this account. Um, okay, I'm just gonna refresh the page at this point. But I don't know why this happens, but I have no issue when I'm not streaming, but every time I'm streaming, there seems to be some kind of like glitch. I don't know if it's the OBS thing that I use to share the stream. But I don't know. It always has some issue. But Seymour for me, I need to work on Jew eventually, and that's the bottom line. And for me, Jew is like low on the list because I really want to finish. I mean, once I finish Kark, right, almost there. I'm gonna focus on the Twins, and from there, I really wanted to focus on Satori, but I guess I could switch it up and focus on Ju just to finish the campaign, because this is the only one that I don't have 3 stars on. And I don't understand why it doesn't load. I apologize. Let me go back. So you're saying Astra? Yeah. See, the problem is I don't have a strong Ju, so I'm certain, almost certain that um, my team would get taken out pretty quick. So if I take out Nebula and where is my Ju even? So my Ju's like purple, so still pretty weak. If I put in Albus, I think Axel would probably be actually a decent option against Seymour. And I just don't see this loading up for me at any point. But ooh, I don't know if I used Astaroth. Did I put in Cleaver still? All right. Well, I'll definitely try that out 3v1 off of the live stream, and hopefully I'll have good results and I'll get back to you. So check out next week and I'll let you know. Use level 70 Jew for Seymour. Wow. Okay. All right. I'll test that out, guys. I will make a note of it. Actually, I will write it down on a sticky note right now. So and I'll get back to you next week, I promise. So Astaroth, we have Kark, Jew, Faceless, and Martha with Albus, right? And I promise you, I'll tell you the result. I will test it out. Let me check my Jew real quick, because I know he's not like super weak. I didn't like leave him hanging, and I didn't clear the tower. I should clear the tower. But I'll make a note of it. I'll definitely check that out. As long as you destroy all outposts, you're fine. Hi, Pocket. Okay, so the new aspect of Kark is only during the event or will be available after this. Kark, the skins should, right, keyword here, should be available post this event. I think it's very rare that they actually limit them. I've seen it, but I think it's very rare. I think they'll still be around, Pocket. I'm gonna give you a 80 to 95%, I think, on that. There's a small chance, but I don't see that happening. I think they'll keep it around. Use Faceless and Martha together. Okay, so basically have Martha have her skill go off first, and have Faceless go off right after. I will definitely do that 3v1. Thanks for that great advice, and I will hopefully be able to take down Seymour. If not, I guess I'll have to upgrade him a little bit, but I don't think I have anything invested in his glyphs or anything, and I should probably do that. All right, let's see. So let me finish this tower run real quick, and I'm going to take a look at my Jew. And yeah, so FIFO here just confirming on the live stream. Pocket, we will have the Kark skins will be available even after this event is over. So that's great news. And I know, yeah, unlike mobile, because mobile always has the, they have those limited skins, and then they just throw them in Outland, and they're like, hey, try spending a lot of money so that you can get these skins or get really lucky. But yeah, so 3v1's 100% right here. Only time it's limited is during Winterfest. That is 100% true. Yeah, go ahead and post that clip up. Actually, can you post it in the comments? Well, I guess I could say try to put it in the comments post this video, just so I could easily click on it. But yeah, definitely give me that post 3v1. I'd love to see that. I know Jew's a monster against Seymour, and I haven't even attempted it with Jew, if I'm being honest. So I'm gonna take a look at mine real quick as we're completing these daily quests. Thanks for pointing that out. That's definitely something I'm going to look at. Let's take a look at Jew. Jew, where are you at, man? Okay, here we go. We can create this item. I'll create it. Why not? And let's equip it. So my skills are maxed. Skin's not even close. I mean, I have all of them, but they're not even close. I've not done anything glyph-wise. Gift of Elements. Did we even really try? Okay. So I can definitely do some things here. I mean, shouldn't be too tough to get Judah Orange if I'm being 100% honest, but you know, we'll see how it goes. Hey, Papa Charlie, nice to have you with me. It's awesome to have Guild 51, you know, guys from Area 51 on here. Always love seeing all you guys on here. But yeah, so we're talking about Seymour right now and how Jew is an absolute beast against him. Nice to have you with me, though. And FIFO's here, too. So, awesome. It's always fun. I love the Hero Wars community. I'm not going to lie. It's always super great to have all you guys here. It's just nice to escape, if I'm being honest, from just the redundancy of every day and, you know, being in quarantine and all of that. And I'm sure, I hope it's fun for you guys, too. For me, it's it's definitely nice having you all here. Let's take a look. And the other thing is I want to work on Aurora too. It's just I have so many heroes that I want to work on and I don't have enough energy like ever, which all right, so we got some more artifacts, which is cool because I actually am getting closer to finishing Lars than I thought I'd be. My Lars was literally really weak a couple weeks ago in terms of these artifacts, but we're getting up there. Yeah, you wish you could donate some artifact coins. That would be awesome. I would love that. And thanks, Raphael. I always appreciate it. I mean, it's nice to have you here. You know, just stoked for all you guys here. Always a pleasure. And obviously, if you need, I can always translate stuff later. Your IRL stuff started. So in real life, okay. Yeah, so stuff for me started. I mean, I'm in school right now, so like literally I have class like every day, right? And so, you know, it's pretty tough. I know Tuesdays for me are like 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. I just have Tuesdays are the worst. So those are really tough days, but you know, it's fun to get online after and sometimes I can only get on at like midnight because I have so much classwork. But yeah, stuff in real life has definitely started. It's definitely taken away. I mean, I used to be online like playing this game like probably like 18 hours if I'm being honest. Like especially during break when I didn't have school, I was on a lot. I was doing research. Oh, yo! Also, that's the other thing that I wanted to show. So I actually finished Jet. I didn't do it yet. I didn't evolve it because I wanted to wait until everyone was here. So I am going to evolve my Jet. I'm officially done with Jet. One of my least favorite heroes to collect, Soulstone wise. So we're gonna evolve my Jet, and we're officially done worrying about Jet. Done. Not even having to worry about collecting any more Soulstones. We can focus straight on items in the Soul Shop. So there's Absolute Jet. And I actually think I have one Soulstone I can trade in. Yeah, I have one. So I'm going to trade it in at the Soul Shop. So now all I need to do is get items. Right? So pretty stoked about that. Let's see. I'm not going to lie. I love finishing off heroes and getting absolute. So let's see, who do I still have left? Oh, so Helios is the hero that I'm currently farming, right? It's going to take forever because it's so expensive energy-wise to get one Soulstone of Helios daily. But yeah, so that might be one that I focus on the chest. No, this is not the account I have on Area 51. I wish it was. Do I know when the Guild War starts? Can the Guild Master move players in and out, or are the players set once the war starts? Okay, great question, Gary. Yeah, I'll go to Area 51. Give me a sec here. I'll switch over. Give me a second. I'll show you what I have. It's not as impressive as over here. I apologize, but I'm working on it for sure. So I am level 152, or yeah, 122 on area 51. We're gonna go ahead and switch over. Just give me a second. Okay. But to go back to what you're saying here, Gary, so you were asking, when the guild war starts, can the guild master move players around? No, the guild master cannot move players around after a certain time, and I will try to show you once I can get back online here. Yeah, so that's a great point, FIFO. That's actually exactly what I'm going to get into. Is so Gary, before the war starts, I'm going to show you the timer. That's really what I wanted to show you. Once this gets loading here. Okay, so here I am on area 51, right, which is on server 51. So guild wars. So if you look here, you have exactly a set amount of time before um, basically all the teams are absolutely just stopped. So that means what that means is like everything's locked into place. 1 hour before the guild war starts, it gets completely locked up. So you cannot edit at all, Gary. So what you have to do is you have to, in my opinion, the night before is the best move, is to plan the defense and to essentially move your characters around. So here you can see what I did for, we had a match against a silver guild this week, or yeah, this weekend, right? So today, and so what I did was I put the lower power players in the last slot, because what'll happen is that last slot will just get removed when we're fighting against a silver team, because there are more slots when you're in the guild wars for gold. But basically, 1 hour before the matchup starts, everything gets locked up, and you actually cannot edit. You can only plan the next day's defense. You can't plan that same day's defense. So it gets locked in an hour before the guild war starts. So Gary, just as a heads up, I would try to set defenses like a day in advance or even the night before. So like, for example here, right, if I were to, well, I know that those two are gonna stay, but if I were to like rearrange the defense at least for, I guess that's fine. But if we're talking about defense, right, I know I moved Technical Monkey over here. And so I will just put Technical Monkey back on bridge with Wriggle. And I will move Tony over to the Spring of Elements. Sorry, I'm just putting people back to where I had them initially. So, but yeah, so this is, I would do all the editing like honestly the night before if you can, Gary, just so that you avoid that issue where it gets locked up right at the start. So that's also one of the things with communicating. So we use Discord in Area 51 to communicate with each other, to hopefully, if someone can't make it that day, it's best if they let us know a day in advance, just so just to prevent any issues where we have non-existent attacks, right? You don't want to have extra attacks in Guild Wars. You want to be able to use all of them and utilize them best as possible. So that's what we're talking about there. All right, sorry, let me get back to reading some of these. I don't have Satori. Yeah, I don't have Satori on this account, actually. I just never got lucky enough, I guess, to pull Satori on this account. And a cool thing that, oh man, now that I'm on this account, I can't show you, but Yasmin is actually available in the chest. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but Yasmin's available in the chest now. And hi D, nice to have you with us, David. Arctic Explosion went to gold today. Congratulations, that is awesome. Congrats, that's a big accomplishment. Going from silver to gold is very, very tough, and to do that, my hats are off to you. That's huge. Oh yeah, players who don't show up for the guild war. Well, Gary, I would try to reach out to them and see if you could maybe persuade them to, say, hey, you guys know about the Guild War. Are you willing to, uh, hit essentially in the Guild War, and just try to communicate with them and see if they're aware of what's going on. And if not, then that's really tough. I would say, I don't want to say like almost you almost need to like look for new members, but Guild Wars are really essential to the game. So just like try to make that a point and say, hey, Guild Wars are an important part of the game. It's an important part of growth, generally speaking. So with Guild Wars, make sure you point out like there's a bunch of, well, that's not a good example, but if we're talking about rewards, you have the Guild Wars shop and you can get all these different rewards right here. I haven't really claimed much, but you have all these different rewards that you can get. Titan Skin Stones just help increase your Titans. You have Titan Potions, which are really helpful. You have Jew, who is a monster, right? You need him to fight Seymour. You have different unique skins. And sorry, I'm going to hop back over to the account that I was on because I wanted to show you something with Yasmin. But yeah, so I would really just try to make sure that you get your fellow teammates on the same page so that they can try to show up for Guild Wars. And for us, I mean, we use Discord. Discord's a free app that essentially you can communicate, and it's kind of like Messenger, but you don't have as much personal information like available to other people. So with that, you can just kind of like at people and like have them, notified. So there's that. Um, and yeah, I would just definitely point out that Guild Wars are essential. I mean, for me, that was a huge step once I figured out that Guild Wars were honestly one of the most important parts of the game, and it's actually really fun. I mean, it's tough, but it's like a super fun environment, and I think it really brings people together as well as it can definitely divide people up because people get upset when they're not in first place. But you have to realize in gold, there's only one team that can be in first place, um, and there's only 6 teams in gold, so there's a bunch of other teams and players that would love that spot. Okay. So going back to this, I just wanted to point out that Yasmin is now available in chests, which she wasn't not even that long ago. So as I said before, here's Yasmin, right? But also another thing, if you are VIP 10, right, there is the VIP 10 shop, as we like to call it, or special offers, right? So it's right here. And if you scroll all the way to the very end, they've actually added Yasmin to this shop. So that's pretty cool. That was not there before. It got pointed out to me, I think, yesterday. But yeah, just a heads up, if you were unaware, it's available now, which to me is very interesting because if you look at the skinstone chest that you can purchase, or right, the skinstone chest, Yasmin is still on the exception list. So that's pretty cool and interesting. Just thought I'd point that out to you guys. I mean, I think in special events, right, for the daily login, that is still the case. So Yasmin's still unobtainable. So I just thought I'd point that out, just so that you guys were made aware that you can actually get 150 soul stones of Yasmin in the VIP 10 plus shop. So that is new. That was not there, not even like a week ago, because I was checking this, and yeah, just thought I'd point that out. And end there on my live stream. And I wanted to thank you guys all so much for showing up and stopping by. Always a pleasure hanging out with you guys. And I'm just at a loss for words. I'm so thankful and appreciative of you guys for showing up. FIFO, Gary, to everyone who, yeah, that's $20 in USD. David D, right? Abdul, 3v1. What's up, man? All you guys, thanks for showing up. I mean, obviously, I'm sure I'm missing people. Pocket, right? And I'm just scrolling through names now at this point. But I just want to thank you guys all for commenting, for hanging out, and creating such a great environment. I hope you guys are crushing it in Dominion. Congrats again to Arctic for getting into gold. And I'll sign off, and I'll look forward to seeing you all in Dominion.